Victims of a cattle Ponzi scheme say it will affect farm families for generations. A bank is foreclosing on feedlot operator Robert Blum of Corsica, South Dakota. They say he overdrew his bank account by $1 million and owes the bank nearly $7 million. Plus, he may owe many times that to 53 people in some 14 cattle-related businesses in the Dakotas and Montana. But there may be much more. Mikkel Pates talked to one of Blum's victims. It's this week's Ag Week cover story.
It's a mess.
Robert Blum had a 3,000 head yard on his home place and 3 other feedlots in his neighborhood. He would get investors to pay yardage for feed and operation.
It was working, and it was helping me out, and it was, helping my kids out.
One of them was his former friend and former brother-in-law, Kurt Plamp. Plamp says he trusted Blum for his investment help, and Plamp still has no idea why Blum did this or how it got so far.
He ruined 30-plus lives here. He ruined them, and he's going to get thrown in jail for maybe 5 years, be out in 2 or 3. And meanwhile, we suffer for the next 20 years trying to get out of this deal. There's something wrong. There's something wrong.
Blum's case involves about 30,000 head of missing or phantom cattle, with investor losses of $30 million. Plamp says his share of the loss is about $1 million.
It's not right that Bob could do this to 35 people and still walking around a free man either. Why should I get punished for something I didn't do, I guess is what I'm getting at. It's gonna wreck this farm.
In a related criminal case, Blum recently pleaded not guilty to writing a bounced check to a cattle buyer from North Dakota. According to the McIntosh County charges, Blum bought 265 head of cattle from Gator Livestock of Lair and paid with a bad check. He's asking for a jury trial, which won't be scheduled before July.
And we're going to find out where all the money went to. It's taken too long. This thing needs to speed up.
In Corsica, South Dakota, this is Mikkel Pates for Ag Week.
If he's convicted on the McIntosh County charge, Blum faces a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. No state or federal charges have been filed yet.